I should get the original picture. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's like the last damn drawing. No, I had this other one. Where can I stick this? Come on. There we go. There's the original. Hello, Joker. Hello, Condor. How's it going? Oh, let's see. I hope that the internet stays more stable. Yeah, it's pretty good. Hello, Amalina. How's it going? Okay, I guess let's start this by saying there's another Artcast. This is another commission I got for, let's see, how does the guy put this? Basically, drawing inspiration from the pink elephant sequence in Dumbo, only with Gadget and Minnie Mouse. That's pretty much the commission. So let's get started. Right off the bat, I want to say that I was continuing to deal with. Oh, that's a little funny thing. I originally kicked around the idea of here. Let me just freeze that for a second. Yay! I have control of the video. Here, let's see. It's gonna move a little faster. Yeah, I was originally kicking around the idea to have it like actual sized or to scale, where Gadget would of course be smaller than. How do they stand up to humans? I know if Goofy is your standard human-sized creature, then Minnie would have to be maybe about 3 foot tall, and that's even I think a little bit more on the larger side for Gadget there. She should probably be maybe about 2/3 that size if I wanted to actually. Let's see, what's this? Hello, new master. How's it going? But yeah, I was dealing with again Blender models, trying to figure out interesting ways to actually adapt different characters. These two varying models that you saw, the one Minnie and Gadget, are actually the same rig, the exact same rig, obviously, but I was able to play with the portions a lot more. They're not. The legs and the arms are actually not affixed to the torso or the head. The head is actually separate. The legs are actually separated. In terms of mesh building, you would actually maybe extrude one leg from the main body, but I just kind of stuck the legs in sort of a mass, kind of like a how can I put this? Like remember the actual Potato Head, like the original Potato Head, where they sold body parts or like a metal face and a metal mouth, and you bought a potato and you just shoved it in there. Well, that's kind of what these arms and legs. You can kind of see where that seam starts with the armpit right there, where it's. This is kind of a big no-no when you want to actually make. Well, actually, no. If for sculpting, I assume it would be perfectly fine, but not for actually rigged characters that you would want to make animations with. It's pretty much just like me making clay figure dolls to paint over. Ooh, what's that icon you got there? Rat Pack. Oh, Rat Pack. Okay, you'll enjoy this. But anyway, yeah, I just I haven't been playing with Blender a lot lately. I haven't been at the actual computer that's strong enough to support it lately. I've been, like I said, I've been traveling a lot. Oh, hey, yeah, you guys can see me, right? No, I killed the display. Can you? No, video capture is below this. There we go. And let's make that a little smaller so you can see the actual action. But yeah, haven't been actually dealing with it, but this was like one of those things where it's like, okay, well, do I actually make an actual altogether rigged model, or do I just like futz the pieces together and see if that works out? And this actually worked out really well. Again, this is all the same model, and as you can see, all I did was shrink the arms. Minnie's hands and feet and her sort of ankle, her lower calves are thicker than Gadget's, and so I just was able to manipulate these fairly easy. These are fairly low rigged or low mesh models that made it very, very easy to manipulate in the program. I'll have to go through and do a walkthrough of exactly what I was talking about. But they're rigged. They're able to just move their arms and legs in any position I want to, and then change the body size accordingly. It was very nice. Hold on. Let me move all the way back a little bit. Good. It looks so bad. What are we talking about? Okay, the Henson thing. Bit scruff. Yeah, I still haven't shaved. I spent all day trying to fix a barbecue. The one of the two of the knobs, not the knobs, but the actual vents themselves, the valves, valves. The things that turn the gas on, they got stuck, and I decided to take one apart, and I couldn't. I put it back together, but something's off about it, and I don't want to screw around with propane, so I'm gonna go to some, I don't know, barbecue place. It's a type of barbecue. It's like it's grandma's. It's old. It's a brand I've never heard of. They seem to have a store here in town, and I'm supposed to go and figure it out. Okay, so there's something going on with Jim Henson. I don't know, but I'll. Oh, you share your birthday with Jim Henson. Oh, cool. How can you? Oh, I just do. Ever since I had my first high school job was with the school, because I was like 15, and you can't like work in Arizona until you're like actually 16? Is it 16 or is it 18? I know I got my first like actual job in college at Best Buy, but I wanted money. Did not necessarily needed money, but I wanted money. Actually, no, that was when Andrew was living with us. A sort of troubled friend of mine that my father had invited to live with us, out of the goodness of his heart. It didn't last. It maybe lasted about a year of that situation, because my that's just another bag of worms. But anyway, we needed a job. We wanted some extra money, and we wanted to help out around the house. So we ended up getting a job, where with the school, because the school would offer you, underage kids, they would offer a job cleaning up the school, and I was part of the bubblegum crew, which wasn't about hunting down renegade androids. It was just scraping up bubblegum that was off the sidewalks. Every summer, unbeknownst to you or I until that point, a crew would come by, and they would either scrape the bubble gum off the sidewalks, because it's Arizona and it's in the middle of summer and the gum is practically melted all the way, so you just go and you flick it up. The first day I did that, I thought I had suffered heat stroke. I've never been so hot in all my life. On the other hand, I've never actually worked like on like the I've worked outside before, but it's always been like in the shade of like really tall trees, and you can just do whatever. And like I said, I've worked that hard, but it's mainly up north where I spent most of my summers working at my grandma's cabin, renovating or just tending or whatever you want to, like gravel. I did moved a ton of gravel around. But getting back to the bubblegum crew, um, yeah. After that first day, the first day was the biggest nightmare, and then the second day was sort of easier. It got easier and easier the more you did it, and then since then the heat doesn't really bother me all that much. Um, like I just don't it. You once you experience that amount of intensity, you just it's just not something that registers with. I mean, it registers, but you're like, okay, well, I'm hot, but you sort of know you can handle it from that point. But did anyone get the Bubblegum Crew thing? No, no, no. What was that? Bubblegum 2040. That's an okay anime. I mean, it was on a list of animes I should have. I took an anime class in college, and that was like one of. I really got into it in college, and that was one of the recommended lists. So, hey Scott, how's it going? Family's going good. If you saw yesterday's little cast, then you'll know about the exploits of me and Grandma for the last 2-3 months or so. She had extreme anemia, and I was just like really spending most of my time focusing on that. And luckily, I had this set up and ready to go. And again, it's kind of. I mean, it's an interesting little concept. I mean, I know what it is, and this particular gentleman does have a thing for Gadget and Minnie as belly dancers. Not necessarily the pink elephant thing was a little bit of a twist that he kind of threw my way when it came to that, but that was cool. I liked it because, as you can see, I really did enjoy the type of shading in the final product with that. And I'm maybe this is about 5 months into using Seiya 2, and I'm learning how to I'm learning how to manipulate the shape tools in Seiya 2. For God's sakes, learn how just I wish they just program just a circle tool, like an actual like a circle, like a blank circle line that I could just use. That would be amazing if they could just do that. Or ways to edit the vector shapes, save them. Like create a triangle, like a hollow triangle, and that's a new vector shape. Or like, butterflies and hearts and all that other good shit. But no. It's a very the more I think about it, it's a very basic program, but my God, does it have like the smoothest pen I've ever used, and I desperately need it. I've made 3 attempts to save for an actual tablet. An actual, like a tablet with a screen so I can just draw on it. I've made 3 attempts to actually save for it, and they've all met with failure as soon as something needs to be done, or just like actual, whatever household things need to be taken care of, like the car needs a new power, like a battery cord, and just a family visiting, and we were all just spending time going out, and that little rain money, I still have there's dips and dabs of it, like in the form of like $20 and $30 and $10, but no, I'm never gonna. I probably will get it at some point. By the time it becomes becomes cheaper, What's this? Oh, hey, Scott. My big move is this Wednesday. Good for you. Good for you. My uncle half a frame tractor. It was your uncle has a farm tractor. Do. ICR, my friend has a Moomin shirt. I got him hooked on the little. Oh, good for you. Good for you. I got a Moomin book. One of the, like, not the originals, but like one of the reprints. It's Winter Follies. I got that when the it's a shame, but the local library was selling it. They were selling that and a bunch of Asterix comics. I guess they were just getting rid of them. I guess the kids just don't like the Moomins and the Vikings and all that stuff. Out of curiosity, do you still draw on paper, like pen paper stuff? No, I mean, I still do from time to time when I need to doodle something, but if I'm running around, I have my headphones in. That's habitual with me. I just looked. Speaking of my phone, yes, I will use my phone a lot. This little program here called Infinite Paint, I really do enjoy. You have to futz with they made an update and you have to redo the pins a little bit. That's a kind of annoying. But if I'm running around, I'll pretty much just use this. I used to keep a pen and paper around just to like get basic ideas down and everything. But this is pretty much taken that place. What's this? This is this is a nice little program. You pay $5 and you get the full version with like rulers and a kind of stable. It's not really a stabilizer. It's more of a lazy brush, they call it, where it just gives you a little bit more fluidness to it. It doesn't replace working on a computer, though. I've never done a Blender commission, although if I make a Blender model for a character, I will give you the character, like, because I've just spent so much time on it. I've done that twice. One with the Safi one. I actually gave the person the fully rigged model that was all done, and I did the same thing for the Snake Lady one. But again, these aren't like fully realized models. These are just like really, really bare basic puppets, really. Just puppets you can kind of bend and just play with the proportions. Again, the hands are the same thing, the same model. I was just able to make blow Minnie's hand up and make the fingers tips a little bit more bulbous and glove-like. And I was able to taper off Gadget's and make hers like a little bit more curved and make her feet a little bit more dainty like they are in her character model. Someone, I think, asked what was the weirdest commission I was ever asked. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's just look through and maybe I can get how are we doing? We're doing good. No. Boxing Kimmy, nah, that's okay. Oh God, I haven't done anything, like barely anything for an entire year, have I? Shit, look at that. I'm looking at them. I hit the monsters already. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drawings. Jeez. I gotta get going. Power Rangers. That's okay. There's Gaz and a Naruto character. Himawara. There's this one's pretty okay. It's Killer Instinct siblings, in the style of um, Killer Instinct characters in the style of Gravity Falls. That one was complicated because it was like a really, really complicated background and it was complicated, basically character designs. Both simplifying and then shorthanding what they are actually, like the plate armor and like his weird little ring thing. Here's kind of a contender. Okay, well, here's one. The viruses. I was asked by one Nikogami to create his kind of OC viruses. That's not too bad. Here's Olivia and Coileen, basically characters from, well, let's see, what was that? The Great Mouse Detective and some character from Fievel Goes West, the TV series, fighting over a little Fievel doll, which I think is like a subclass of not fetish but theme. I think I've seen on DeviantArt where characters will be in possession, mostly female, will be in possessions of dolls that are of their potential, love interests. I think. Let's see. There's a fat spider, a chubby Spider Gwen. That's okay. Face mask. Someone wanted me to draw 2 times Rose from American Dragon, or is it American Dragon? Yeah, it's American Dragon, with some sort of face cover on. Okay, that's his thing. Still not necessarily the weirdest thing. Let's say. No, that's a personal drawing. It's personal. Oh, well, I guess I don't feel bad about not drawing anything for last year, because now I'm getting to the point where I was making a drawing every day for a year. And some of these are okay. They're just kind of like whatever I can get out. Actually, no. Some of these are actually pretty good. There's Claudette the Maid. There's a Mummy Pearl. Yeah. Interesting. Some of these, no, actually, some of these are a bit stilted, but some of these actually look okay. But no, I don't know exactly. I can't pinpoint what's the weirdest. It's just kind of like a combination of different weird themes that kind of periodically pop up. Like chubby characters, overweight characters. Sometimes I've been asked to commission, and money is money, so I've taken that. What's this? Oh, did it stop? No, it didn't. Huh. OC's popping out a cake. That's semi standard. Here's a cute one of Beth. I forgot I did this drawing. I forgot Bravest Warriors existed. Although I have a poster of them. I should look that up. That's a cute one of Beth. Not bad. But anyway, yeah, I don't exactly remember what my weirdest one is. Anyway, that was a fun little tangent. Have you ever been asked to do a commission of a pornographic nature? No, I actually, it's a stipulation in the comments or in my commission guideline. I don't really do that sort of thing. I've been asked, sure, but I refuse. I not refuse, but I politely sustain. Hi Night Productions. How's it going? Yeah, the Momsters were actually really good last year. I was very proud I was able to get all those out. I totally got off schedule with commissions and stuff like that. So probably there won't I don't know if there's going to be anything for Halloween or Christmas or whatever because I got to get back on some kind of schedule. That's what this night is. That's what last night was about. This is an attempt to get back to uh, just just to get back on track some way. We're 23 minutes into this. That's not bad. And we got like maybe about another 40 minutes. Um, let's see. Stuff like Chubb or big tracts of land, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't. I like those characters. They're cute. What was I? What do I have here? Oh, I know why the internet's kind of failing. I have the video preview on. Uh, do do do. Oh, hey, I got that dimmer switch. I didn't find the dimmer switch I wanted, but I found one that I liked. At I need a smaller light for. No, actually, it's. Yeah, that's fine. Do. Noel. It was. Yeah. I saw Noel just last year. God, That's a good special actually. Um, yeah, I nipped it as soon as I could. So hey, yeah, thanks for the my button collection. When I go get the grill, maybe I'll go out and get another set of buttons. It's over by the what's it called? I get it from two places: Hot Topic or Spencer's. More Hot Topic than Spencer's, just because of political reasons. Do 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 do. But yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Um, we got a family member coming in for I think either October or Thanksgiving. So yeah, that's gonna be something where that's gonna take a lot of my attention. Again, Grandma still isn't up to like 100% power, so just gonna keep my chin up and try to keep going. Uh, who are these characters again? Pro and cons guy. Well, this is Minnie and this is Gadget, and they are belly dancers inspired by the pink elephant scene from Dumbo. Yes. This might be the weirdest one. Not in terms of like actual like but just in terms of okay, like all the different the various inspirations, I guess you would say. I just got a new pen. It's a flaming Darth Vader helmet. I got it from. Ooh, good for you. Yeah, Grandma's doing good. She's doing much better. We moved some stuff around, cleaned up a bit. Um, she's doing real good. Apologies. I had a cup of coffee last night. Should have made another one for tonight because I'm dragging even more than I did yesterday in terms of just the things I did Like I got up, tried to fix the grill, kind of did fix the grill a little bit one way, and then I broke it in another. I should have just let it be. I should just let it be alone, and not pertaining to anything important. But you look good with scruff. Thank you. I'm just. Guess what? I'm not gonna hide it anymore. I developed scruff incredibly fast. This is maybe. I shaved for meeting grandma's new. I don't know why I used air quotes. I shaved for meeting grandma's new heart doctor, like a week and a half ago. And this is just what comes in. It's the Italian side of my my family. All the Roccos have these big bushy beards. Although my brother takes after the Kirkpatrick side of my family, who are all just like smooth, baby-skinned Irish and Scot. And I take after the Italian and what is it? What else? It was something else. Italian, not English, although that wouldn't matter because at the time there was just, let's see, what would it be? I don't know. Like I said, I'm a little bit of everything, but we're mainly Italian, Irish, and a little bit of Scottish. Just a hair. Mediterranean, maybe a little bit. When I do get out in the sun, I tend to get a little bit tanner skin. Did you ever thought about doing an FF on shows that end in cliffhangers? Not really. Not really. Although, let's see, what was the biggest does that count as a cliffhanger? Where the way Mighty Max ends? Huh. Yeah, I'm not going to say out loud how it ends, because if you want to, you can actually watch the ending. It's actually really cool. Or is it cool? It's interesting. I know I found it interesting when I first saw it as a kid. Like, it kind of stuck with me, but yeah. No, I haven't really thought about that. But Mighty Max, either that sort of comes to mind to me. I know that like Reboot is another one that comes off the top of my head, which doesn't explain what happened in the new Reboot or whatever. That's not a really Sonic Sat AM is not really a cliffhanger as much as it is like sort of. I mean, that story has a conclusion, and it sort of resets with Snively and I guess Hyper Metal Sonic or Metal Sonic. Oh, that's right. Noobmaster actually won a ticket where he was supposed to go to the premiere of Disenchanted. I actually liked it. I really did. People are saying, well, it's not like Futurama or The Simpsons. And actually, I think it's more like The Simpsons than it is Futurama, because it's more like character pieces. And it's kind of... I'm just grateful for the time now. I mean, I still say one of the problems with modern Simpsons is not necessarily the type of humor is a problem, but I still say they just don't like let anything rest or resonate or just take the time to let things settle anymore, because they try to fit in as much Simpson-ness as possible, and they just can't do it. when I was watching, to give you a little review of Disenchanted, I was just like, I'm just enjoying this. I'm just enjoying being here in this like really nice, like well drawn world. I'm just enjoying this sort of like, and people were saying, oh well, the tired cliche of the rebellious princess. Oh, that's so old hat. I was like, oh, she's not really like a Disney rebellious princess in that she has no like aspirations for adventure or anything. She just wants to get drunk at the tavern and kind of date boys and just like be an absolute regular teenager. Like the first time I was introduced to this so-called rebellious Disney princess was not like Jasmine or like even Ariel, because I would have to say I really didn't pay that much attention during The Little Mermaid. Like there was their whole middle part when she's trying to seduce the prince, and you just lose her as a character when she doesn't have her voice. I don't know exactly how people really like The Little Mermaid, because I still kind of don't at this point. And like, okay, well, it's still like a classic of Disney, design and all, Disney production and all that. And like, oh, I'll find some sort of newfound appreciation the more I acquire it. I have, but I still don't like watch it or like it. I still say the strongest parts is when she's under the sea, and then when she makes a deal with Ursula, and then there's that just dive to like where she can't talk and you have to depend on the prince, and it's just like I don't like that. Although my first one was the Princess and Gummy Bears, Princess Kali. Kali, yeah, I guess so. But anyway, I liked the way she was always sneaking out of the castle way before Jasmine did. There was one episode she beat the shit out of her dad. She dressed up like a knight, and then there was these like games and challenges and everything like that, and then she totally like mopped the floor with her father, and then that earned her the right to be like not have a protector. I think that was the whole reason for the tournament or whatever. See you, Joe. You have a good night. So yeah, I don't really see where people were like, oh, it's the rebellious princess, such a boring cliche. And like, I don't even see that. I see a teenager just like not really. I mean, she kind of grows more nobler characteristics as the show goes on. Like loyalty to her friends and everything like that. But no, I don't see her as kind of that kind of princess or that kind of character. But yeah, and then again, Lucy is a great character. People were saying, "Oh, well, it's another Bender," and I was like, "No, that's not. It's not really a Bender in that he's a somewhat of a master manipulator. He's kind of like a Nibbler character, I would say. If Nibbler was evil and also trying to manipulate people, but also still cared about the humans, like there's the third episode where Bean becomes the subject of an exorcism, and Lucy hides in Bean to try to get away, and the exorcist's solution to a demon-possessed princess would be to just burn the bed that Bean is on, and burn away Bean's flesh. Basically, kill her, watch her burn, and then have the demon dissolve her away from the demon. And of course, Lucy was not going to have any of that shit, and he jumps out immediately, showing a shit ton more loyalty than the actual, or like humanity than the actual exorcist. I also think what I like about Disenchanted is that the morality, a lot of characters kind of like have different motives and different varying moralities depending on how you look at them. like they're still sort of they're aligned. They've got loyalties to certain characters, but they will also do things behind their backs in order to try to what they think is the best decision in that situation. It's actually like really interesting. I think of it more of less like a actual like a D&D campaign or like a Game of Thrones, but I'm Game of Thrones, but I'm into it. How's that? Because I don't really want to say any. I barely know anything about Game of Thrones, but I know that there are certain things where like characters make alliances and make decisions and kind of, you know. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. I especially like the some of the character actors. They've got, I forget who, but they got two voice actors who do the Mighty Boosh. They've got like Vince. He plays, I don't know his actual name, but I know he's Vince, and he plays the Executioner. And he's just got this wonderful laid back voice, and just his delivery's just wonderful. And then you've got what is it? Who is it? I don't know his name. He's oh God, he's the I don't like cricket guy. You know, where he's dancing. I say I don't like cricket, and that's why I don't like cricket. It's like the windy man, the windy bendy man. You mean the anaconda? That's it. But yeah, he voices a number of characters, including the one on the Dark Council, and I love the Dark Council. Whatever that's going to happen with them, I kind of like what they've only been seen a couple times, but it's like really fun when they show up. And oh no, there's a complication. They've been joined by some sort of dork. Ow! It's Fire Cloyd. I know it's hot. It's like it's Fire Cloyd. It's hot. It's like, I know, I was there. Just like some sort of weird like hipster warlock with such a dry delivery. And then of course you have King Zog, which I think what might be my favorite character. It's John DiMaggio, just like really hamming it up. I'm just thinking about the water line where he said, like, I know I don't hydrate enough, but is this what water is supposed to look like? And it's this danky brown, like, horrid water. Oh shit, a Bulbasaur. Hold on. I've gotten back into Pokemon Go in like a big way. And this is good because I need to evolve a grass type in order to finish a quest. Yeah, nice throw. But yeah, I'd recommend it. It's just it's 13 episodes. You'll like. It's really fun. I'm gonna waste a golden res. Yeah. I got a quest to evolve a grass type Pokemon, and I'm super pissed because I evolved my Execute into an Exetor and my Sunkern into a whatever sunflower Pokemon. Shit! I got 21 candy, and I just need one more, and they're fickle as hell to find. Shit, let's see what else. I got a hatch egg, and I got to catch 5 fire types, and I got to do that tomorrow. I like these like weird daily tasks, and then you've got the professor's quests. They really kind of overhauled the progression in the game. That makes it actually fun and not like a super grind fest. Sunflora, thank you. Yeah, my Sunflora is actually like pretty strong. Let me bring that up real quick. There are no grass types here in Arizona. I mean, maybe if I went to a park, but I don't want to go to a park. Yeah, that's the one benefit is that all these offices that grandma's visited is that they just have Pokestops out next to them sometimes. Let's see. CP. Yeah, my exit, like my exitor is like my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12. My 15th strongest Pokemon. I got a yeah. My Sunflora is like my 22nd strongest Pokemon, and then down here I've got a Rosaline that's got like 1375, which is not bad. Oh yeah, rehire James Gunn. Yes, do that. That actually would seem fun. Not fun, but it's just God. Disney is a bunch of dumbasses. My favorite part about that is that chef's whatever guy, that dumbass that spearheaded that thing. He was asked to join on a campaign tour by Debbie, what's her face, who was just like he invited her or she invited him down here to campaign for her, and she ate shit super hard to Martha McSally, which doesn't matter. They're all the Republican candidates are shit. They're like they're the same kind of. I mean, we had Sheriff Joe Arpaio. He ran, but he didn't run he didn't run seriously. I don't think. I know he didn't run seriously. I think it was just a way. People are theorizing that it's a way for it was a way for him to take contribution money, which he will then turn around and use on his civil suits that he now has because he has accepted Trump's. He basically being when you accept a pardon, you are admitting guilt, and now that he has admitted guilt, he is now free in the private sector to be sued to shit, and sued to shit. I hope. But yeah, we've got Christine Cinema here, who's running as a Democrat, and she's actually 1 point ahead in the polls. So, you know, let's hope that momentum keeps up. I've actually written to her, and I'm on their email, and I'm gonna figure out. I've never put up a sign on the lawn ever for anything. Although I'm not really like I guess now is like I'm like 30. I'm in my 30s. I guess this is sort of when I would have started because I would have like I had my apartment and then I was in college, so I didn't really have like I wasn't a bumper sticker kind of guy. So yeah, let's just see where that goes. Uh, My mom actually knew the new governor before he was the sheriff in Bowl. Huh. Cool. Yeah, hopefully we get a new governor too. My mom said Doug Ducey made an ass of himself when her pastor passed away. Young guy, I think he was like in his 50s, but he worked his ass off. Apparently, he like had 3 sermons. He had 2 sermons on Sundays, had like a class every night, just like met with civil leaders. It was a huge to do, not as huge as McCain when he died, but like it really did make the rounds here in Phoenix. I don't know if Disney's gonna rehire James Gunn. I think now Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy. It they were happy with the performance it did, and I Am Groot and all that stuff. But they really like tried to make a media blitz out of that. They tried to give it its own TV show, which like I don't know if any of the actual Marvel TV shows like are still going. I know there was like Hulk and the Agents of Smash. I think that's dead. I think, let's see, what else said they like all their Marvels. They've had like 2 different Avenger cartoons. I think their Spider-Man is done. Go away, Growlithe. Just I think they were trying to make it into like something bigger than it was. And since it's just like 2 really, really good movies, which is not enough for Disney, I think they might just like step away for now, because now they got a good excuse to put it on the shelf. Because they've already made it to Infinity Wars, which is exactly where they want to be in their obnoxious movie sets. I haven't seen a Marvel, or I haven't seen a superhero. I haven't gone to the movies in forever, but I haven't seen a superhero movie since like Infinity War. I mean, I have seen I watch them on Netflix because it's like, okay, well, I'll watch this. Guardians of the Galaxy, I would have to say, are the best like movies, and Thor didn't get good until it tried to ape off of Guardians of the Galaxy. Spider-Man Homecoming was its own thing, and I'm actually astounded it worked as well as it does. But then they all tried to shove it into the Infinity War, and just like Civil War, Nash brought something up about this the other just yesterday, about all the problems with comics and how they're the sort of the slow death of comics is coming from like overpricing and all these like bloated event crossover things. And I just shared my story about how when I was getting into college and I had a little bit of my own disposable income, I got really into like I was actually trying new Marvel comics here and there, because I had gotten really into the Power Pack and the New Warriors. Both series like really caught my eye because of just like the absolutely great artwork that they had, like really almost like animation quality artwork, interesting style, and characters that didn't have these absolute just like decades and decades of stratified baggage to them. Now, that is to say, I know people got really upset when they had Spider-Man One More Day, and I can sort of feel for them, because if it were me and I'd been following one character and all their exploits, I would get sort of like upset if they did have this huge buyback the way they did Spider-Man. But on the other hand, like I said, I was very off-put by all the just all the continuity that was there. But I'm dipping my toes in like little other like crossover events. Like there was just like weird little things. I would pick up the odd issue here and there if I were like really interested. I know I got really into the Superman and Batman comics, the ones where they actually go to a alternate universe with kind of like knockoff Marvel characters. I got really into that run. That was a good one. So I was saying, I was like, oh, I would have maybe gotten into all these interesting like characters and like the main, like the actual main characters and all that. And then Civil War comes along, and it's just this huge bloated event that's just not fun. Oh, see you, noob. Not really that much fun in terms of what I was like. I was actually interested in just like Iron Man and Mr. Fantastic have always been assholes. The genesis of Iron Man, Stan Lee says, is I was kind of dared to make try to make the most unlikable person into a superhero, and he succeeded with Iron Man, and then Downey Jr. kind of like absolutely gave that a huge boost to put that into the actual public consciousness, because he does make a good Tony Stark, but Tony Stark is still a freaking asshole. And same with Mr. Fantastic too. The reason why Doctor Doom is so popular, because he often, like, compared to Mr. Fantastic, it's I just hate him so much. Such an asshole. And then you put him in this situation where they are, even if they do bring up some quality good, so somewhat good points about, okay, well, people need to feel safe, and we need to rein in some of the more aggressive members of our society and everything like that. It still turns out that the main problem wasn't because the New Warriors were the New Warriors didn't make a mistake by trying to stop some low-level supervillains. Tony Stark created Collateral Damage, which in turn funded Collateral Damage, let's see. Collateral Damage is like this basically superhero insurance company, which sounds amazing. It only had like I don't know how many runs, but they still managed to get into Civil War. And it turns out the whole thing started because an insurance adjuster gave Mr. Explosion, or wherever the hell his name was, he gave him a super serum that made his superpowers enhanced like by like 1,000. So that's what caused the trigger of Civil War. And it all stemmed from Tony Stark's just being an asshole. Not an asshole, but just being kind of a hypocrite, going around and saying, well, we all need to take, we need to be in charge of the things that we do and take responsibility. And it turns out that he's the one that started the whole thing. Nitro, thank you. So yeah, that's just, and then you've got like Mr. Fantastic, who has this sob story about his uncle being like ruined by McCarthyism, but doesn't feel the need to actually stand up to McCarthyism. His point, seeing his uncle ruined by the McCarthy trials, was to, well, my uncle should have totally played ball and ratted people out and just, so fuck you, Mr. Fantastic. Drowned in a tub of acid. Yeah, why doesn't he ever die? Why is it always the Thing or the Human Torch? Maybe because they're actually heroes and they do heroic things. And you're constantly tripping on your dick. I fucking hate Mr. Fantastic. I fucking hate that guy. The Illuminati too. Again, I learned all of this because of Civil War and Planet Hulk and all that stuff. And it's just like, my God, I was enjoying this comic strip about like really superheroes with really funky powers going on adventures, and now I have to stop to just be lectured by just the freaking worst characters It's like I was sort of pissed about Batman keeping tabs on the Justice League, which is something that happens in like it's a reoccurring like event. Like there is just some sort of pinpointing events in comics. It's almost like, oh well, the Fantastic Four, they need to meet the Skrulls at some point, and Spider-Man needs to have some sort of tragedy with a loved one, stuff like that. There's just certain points, and it's one case is Batman always has, you know, like secret tabs on all his compatriots, because what if they ever like went to the dark side? And there's this whole thing about, oh no, well, you shouldn't have done that, you should have told us and everything. And even then I can cut Batman some slack, because yeah, that's kind of a thing, and he prepares for everything. But he never got to that level of just being a remorseless, just jackanapes that Tony Stark and Mr. Fantastic, and to an even lesser, to a somewhat lesser extent, Professor X and the other members. Who were the other members? There's like Black Panther told them to just piss off. I think it was either him or Namor. Who were the Illuminati in Marvel? It was Professor X, I know that, asshole. Iron Man, asshole. Mr. Fantastic, asshole. And then Namor and Black Panther is basically like the leaders of their community. But by the way, Mr. Fantastic wasn't a leader of shit. Mr. Fantastic was the leader of massive debt and like half a fucking ham sandwich that he kept in his desk or whatever. Hello, Sumo Minerva Mink. Hello. But yeah, I again, like Civil War just completely soured me to the whole thing, and I first of all, I couldn't afford to keep up with everything, because they stretched like that event over like a shit ton of issues. Like you had to pick up every comic in every other run of every other series to like figure out what was going on or stuff like that. I mean, God. But yeah, that's sort of what that's. I don't know what the original point is. We talked about Nash and comics and all that stuff, and what kind of kept me out of it. Huh. Whatever. Oh yeah, the Venture Brothers is amazing. I love the Venture Brothers, and again, I said I have to catch up on that, because I think they just introduced a kind of Carl Sagan like character, and I gotta get in on that. Like I said, the problem with the Venture Brothers is that they have such a short run, or they're just like they're here and then they're gone, and I always just forget about like getting back into. Oh, you can see I kind of screwed up. I was painting on the wrong layer, and now I gotta fix it. It happens from time to time. It's annoying, but I think I did something with the flattening the layer, and I couldn't go back. Something like that. But yeah, the Mr. Fantastic parody in the Venture Brothers is like amazing. It's performed admirably by Stephen Colbert, and he goes through his own arc, or the arc I would actually like the real Mr. Fantastic to go through, where he just loses his family, his job, his friends, and just kind of just like, actually he did that to Civil War, I forgot. there was one point where the Thing left the country. Uh, the Thing left the country. The Human Torch took off too, and so did. Oh, crap! What's her name? Janet? No, no. I'm thinking of. I think is Rocky Horror for some reason. Invisible Woman. But yeah, I don't know. I forget what happened. It was so long ago. I forget what happened with the this kind of shading. What happened? I must have done it on a different layer. It doesn't look. It looks like I fixed whatever problem I had, but yeah, I was digging using these colors for this. Susan. I think my favorite version of the Fantastic Four would be the Roger Corman, because Roger Corman made those characters so likable. I will say I like the Thing in the Fox version. That was a good one. And Mr. Fantastic was somewhat palatable in that movie. Actually, no. I will say there's the one thing where with the flowers in Mr. Fantastic. That was nice. The Cartoon Network TV show, which was like eye-searingly, like, I don't know what art style they were going for, but that like made my eyes bleed. And then of course you have the Hanna-Barbera series in the 60s? Yeah, 60s, which was just like a one-to-one adaptation of the comic books in some cases. And then of course you get that weird series with Herbie, and because for some reason they couldn't get the rights to the Human Torch, so they had to replace him with Herbie. And then you've got the wooden gun thing. What was it? And then you've got the weird Hanna-Barbera thing where I didn't mean thing, but you got that weird Hanna-Barbera like version with the Thing being a teenage kid with magic rings. It's like, magic rings, do your thing, and then rocks like fly towards him and he becomes the Thing. Why? Yeah, the Fantastic Four. I mean, they've got a history. Also, what was stop? That's just a dumb. Everyone else has already dissected this part, but why would Magneto just start using his powers again? What stopped him? Was he like so disheartened by the wooden gun thing, or did he use up all his? Did he actually exert himself, like use up all his powers trying to move the wooden gun that he didn't have anymore? Like, did he use all of his power bar, his mana, on a wooden gun? Oh. What are we? Where are we in this? We are. Yeah, we got about 3 more minutes left. I'm just adding a few more touches. As you can see there, I had that screen grab right there to figure out what. Okay, yeah, there's some weird things going on here with the selection, and I messed up somewhere with the layers, and I'm having a little bit of trouble figuring out what to do. And I got to work with the different brush filters sometimes because that turned out real nice. Oh yeah, that's the spider meme series. Yeah, that was. I used to. I think I watched that on Cartoon Network late at night, or was it Saturday morning? I forget what. I forget this. I somewhat forget the schedule. I know they put a lot of crazy old Hanna-Barbera stuff late at night, like Meet the Roman Holidays and Hey, it's the King, which was some sort of weird Happy Days knockoff thing. Okay, here it goes. Here's the final thing. I'll just put a pause on it so it'll stay up there until we're done. Hey James Works, how's it going? So yeah, that was an interesting little commission. I have to get back into the flow. I got to make another video for some other time this week. But again, I'm just kind of pushing myself to get back into some sort of regular flow. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. I may get up early tomorrow and like maybe do a let's play or something just to get that out of the way, because it's Monday. I have no idea what the day will bring. I got a record for voiceover. You got a record for voiceover tomorrow? Oh, cool. Let's see. I'm just rushing through the comments real quick. But anyway, yeah. And again, if you want to look at this and others, you can go to Chad Rocco and on DeviantArt and take a look at that, and just a bunch of others, and yeah, and I will start working on Draw Delia Duck. Della Duck. Who's Della Duck? Oh, well, anyway. Yeah, I think that's about it. I am going to go and scrape the muck off of me. The sun muck, aka sweat, off of me right now. So anyway, everybody take care. Have a good night. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of a madman, and hopefully there will be more. And again, if you like this, then subscribe and click the stupid bell and share with your friends. That's the last legitimate thing I think I can actually say, because the bell and the subscription, I've subscribed to all sorts of people and I don't get their videos. I click the stupid bell and sometimes I don't hear from them for like a week, even though they post every damn day. So yeah, if you like what you see, share it. That's like one thing that speaking of which, there was I'll tell you right now, I've gotten really into a series that I didn't even know I would like. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on. I can't. It's a gentleman who deals with like the LGBT community and all the occurrences that happen in pop culture relating to that. His name is Matt. Is that what it is? Matt Baum? Matt Baum? Baume? Look that up. Look up, let's see. No. What's the good one? What's a really good one that you might like? Frasier's Gay Code? No. Okay, look up John Waters versus Simpsons on Homer's Phobia. Just look that up and see if you like his stuff. There. That's the plug for today. And again, I'm not gay. I'm not. But I support the community, and I saw that and I was like, oh, this is a video series that I didn't even know I would be interested in, and it's actually like really dynamic. It almost reminds me of like a Lindsay level of dissecting how events coincide with pop culture and everything. So yeah, go look that guy up. Look up John Waters versus Homer, and see what that brings up. Anyway, I did my part. You do yours. We're all in this together. I'm rooting for you. Everybody, good night. And this is really awkward as I reach over and stop.